Now today isn't just an ordinary Wednesday. Why? Because, guys, we just got our first look at the Dragon Prince Season 5. No, I'm not talking a new poster. I'm talking about an image. So let's talk about it. What's going on, everyone? James here with some real news, and today, yes, we're getting into the very first look at the Dragon Prince Season 5. Now, before we go further, I need to set the table a little bit because this did not come from the official Dragon Prince Twitter account. Instead, this came from two reputable sources on social media, and the image is kind of exciting. I was alerted to the photo thanks to real friend Mathi on Twitter. Shout out to you. But like I mentioned, this is a photo that came from two sources that, you know what, I practically trust. One of them being What's on Netflix and the other being Cartoon News Network. So for all intents and purposes, we're going to call this an unofficial first look, but I have reason to believe this image was supposed to drop today after all. Now, before we get into why and all of my theories after we look at this photo, if it is your first time here at the channel, welcome to Real James, where I love talking about movies, TV, and all the news in between. So if you do too, hit the big red button below, especially if you're a fan of the Dragon Prince, because once Season 5 gets a trailer, a teaser trailer, some artwork, anything, we're breaking it down, we're reacting to all the new episodes this summer. I just really hope it's next month. And you're going to get all of my reviews and thoughts. So go ahead and hit the big red button below, hit the thumbs up button as well, and get loud in the comments and let me know what you think of this first look and the image itself. Do you think that this is, a really interesting photo, or are you a little disappointed? I want to hear all of your theories. So guys, without further ado, let's get into why I think this photo was supposed to drop today anyway. Netflix was expected to host its upfront presentation today, and it was supposed to happen live. Instead, that actually got canceled. Upfront presentations are supposed to showcase to investors what studios are working on, whether it be movies, TV, or both. And in this instance, well, things were a little cloudy. The circumstances for upfront presentations this year are going to be weird as long as the writer's strike is going on. So amid that writer's strike, Netflix decided about a week ago to cancel their upfront presentation. Now, that's coming from Variety themselves. That is a huge trade paper, a trade digital magazine. I trust Variety. So that was canceled. However, I have reason to believe that the Dragon Prince was supposed to be showcased at this upfront presentation, whether it be a new look like this, or just some headlines, some news about Season 5, and possibly a release date. Now, the release date was kind of a long shot. I still think they announced the release date via a trailer, but I was expecting some news today, and thankfully, we did get a first look image. So let's break down this image and talk about what it could mean for Season 5. On the surface, we see Terry and Claudia carrying Viren, who seems to be unconscious. Now, Terry is wearing what looks like a traveling backpack with some decent amount of supplies, and he also has a pointy staff or sword. Now, Claudia still has her corrupted sun staff and doesn't necessarily look any different from Season 4. But Viren, he is completely unconscious and knocked out, and he's got some scratches on his face, or at least what looks like scratches on his face. He must have been in a fight or a shipwreck. So, okay, I don't want to jump ahead of myself. Let's talk about one more thing, the setting itself. This is a place that I've not seen before in the Dragon Prince. It's a stormy day, and they seem to be in what looks like a swampland setting. So could it be the area where the tidebound elves are found, or is this just some location we've never discovered before? And there are a couple of people missing from this photo as well. Alrighty guys, so now let's get into my theories, because if you missed my video, I think it was a couple weeks ago now, where I talked about poster number 2 and my theory regarding both of the official posters that have been released, you're going to want to watch that and then come back, because this is almost an extension of that theory, or at least theory number 2 that I had, which is who's on that ship. So I'm led to believe, after looking at this photo, that it's highly likely that Claudia, Terry, and Viren were on that ship with the big waves crashing up, and it's in poster number 2 where you see Dominia Profundus looking like she's gonna deal some damage, and there's a big lightning bolt either on the ship or coming from another ship being cast onto that ship by Callum, for example. So I'm led to believe, after looking at this photo, hey, they probably got shipwrecked and now are stranded in this mysterious location. This image could be the scene after that very moment where Terry, Claudia, and Viren are now stranded with little to no supplies, and Viren is knocked out probably either due to the destruction of the ship or maybe getting hit by the lightning bolt and then being stranded at sea. Viren is just going through it. This man can never stay conscious for long, and he's always hurt. Now, somebody on Twitter did mention that it's possible he used dark magic, and it is possible. I mean, but I feel like maybe he did get just knocked out from the destruction of that ship getting destroyed. Now, I am very curious because in my theories video that I released, I had a couple of thoughts about Erebos and Sir Sparklepuff, or the Being, as he is officially called, but I thought that they would be on the ship with them. Now, what we don't see in this first look image is Sir Sparklepuff and Erebos. Now we know Sir Sparklepuff is the being responsible for leading Claudia and her crew to Erebos, but we just don't see any signs of that or the Star Touch elf himself, Erebos, so it's possible that Erebos and Sir Sparklepuff were not on the ship after all, but if they were, maybe they just got split up. Now that could make for some really compelling TV if they did get split up and Erebos truly is free from his prison. That would be exciting, but outside of all of that, this image doesn't necessarily lead us on to thinking of anything else. I mean, I could probably guess, where they might be on the map, but I don't necessarily know. I've never seen this location before. However, it is exciting that we do have a first look image, even though it is unofficial and it was not tweeted out by the Dragon Prince's official account. This might actually spark another official drop. Could it be another poster? Possibly. Or could they just officially release this image? It's probably the safe bet, but my mind goes even further. What if this generates buzz and then fans are like, oh, what about a teaser trailer now if you've got all this working? And I think that might be what happens, honestly. We get a teaser trailer in the next week or week and a half. If my prediction comes true that we'll see Season 5 in mid to late-ish June, we're going to need to start getting some teaser trailers and full-length trailers very soon. They're going to have to ramp up that promo. If we don't see that, it's possible they push this to July or even early August. Now, I hope that's not the case because the excitement is starting to bubble. So let me know down below what you guys think. Is this image enough to get you even more excited for Season 5? Or do you need a little bit more? And let me know about your theories in the comments because I want to know what you think of this moment, this scene, because it doesn't look like things are great for Claudia and her crew. And of course, subscribe to the channel below because I don't want you to miss out on all my reactions, thoughts, and news breakdowns for more content like this, because Season 5 of The Dragon Prince literally is around the corner. I know they said summer 2023, but last time I checked, we're in summer. Well, I do live in Florida, so it feels like summer all the time. Well, guys, there you have it. That's my first look breakdown of this image, and I really, really hope we get more and more Dragon Prince news because I'm going to be here to cover it. Alrighty, y'all. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you at the next screening.